Yeah, congratulations to all the 30 somethings that are walking away from toxic jobs, toxic men, rediscovering yourself, taking the eat, pray, love journey if you can, building that wealth, finally, actually pausing to see what you want in life and taking time to create it. And let's stop with the it's too late. We are in our 30s, we are just getting started. And I refuse to let anybody make me feel like at 32 years old that I'm old. I rebuke that. First off, 32 years old is too young to be old. And then second off, girl, I'm just getting started. Congratulations to all the 30 somethings that are finally choosing themselves and not allowing society to make them feel like they have to follow this sequential path. Good for you. You left that 6-figure job and you're temping, or you're, working as a barista, or maybe you're taking a pay cut because you refuse to be stressed out. You're leaving that marriage because it's not serving you. You're leaving that toxic church and finding God in a way that does not dysregulate your nervous system. You clocking it, baby. Am I saying it right? Clock it. Clock it, sis. Is that what the baby's saying? All right. I was trying to wait until I got home to have this conversation, but we're going to do this while I'm in this car. So to anybody that's a state trooper or police watching this, please know I am a safe driver, girl. I do not play about that. I have my seatbelt on. I'm not touching my phone while I'm driving, and I press play at the stoplight. Now that we have gotten this cleared out the way, welcome to Thoughts with Amber. This is a segment where I talk about things that have nothing to do with weight or health, but has all the things to do with my thoughts about conversations that I think we really need to have. So a couple of months ago, I was on Instagram and I was seeing these hypes about your 30s, about being the best years of your life, and da-da-da-da-da. Baby, that is not always true. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you have many people that are in their 30s losing jobs, going through career changes, going through divorce, and it's at a time where people say you should have it all together. You should have an IRA, a HYA. You should have all these things. And for a lot of people that are in their 30s, for the first time in your life, things feel like they're unraveling. Everything feels like that is unraveling. Even if you have a great husband, you have great children, all those things, you are unraveling, because for the first time, you are not playing this game of people pleasing. You are actually learning to be aligned with who you are, aligned with what you like. And that's why we see so many women in their 30s changing careers, getting divorced, moving to the country, because you realize that from 18 to 29, you lived a life that your church said you're supposed to live. Who is this for? That your church said you're supposed to live for. They say the kind of man you're supposed to marry. You married the man that the people say, that the church folks say you're supposed to have. And honestly, that was the worst man you've ever been with. You took the 6-figure job. You took the career path that people say you're supposed to take. Yeah, you got the money, but your gut microbiome jacked up. And now you got more peace temping and being a barista than you've ever had in your life. And because you're doing something that does not feel normal, everybody, you feel like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? But let me tell you what makes 30s the best years of your life. It's not because you got the most money or that you're traveling. It's because you're the most aligned that you've ever been before. I got on here to just talk, but I really feel like this is for somebody very specific. And this is for me too. Because let me tell you, I have a master's in let me tell you about my 20s. I mean, I did the thing, okay? 18 to 29-year-old me, baby, she achieved. And when I turned about 30, I said, none of this feel like me. And it wasn't because I was people pleasing per se. I just wasn't listening to Amber. I wasn't listening to Amber. I wasn't listening to Amber. I was listening to, Creole culture. What you're supposed to do. Listening to church folk and what they say you're supposed to do and who you're supposed to be. Listening to everybody else but my own voice. And it's very scary, especially if you're an overachiever like I am, to pivot and actually listen to yourself. But when you actually become aligned, and you say, and you stop playing this game, you stop with all the foolishness, and you start saying, this ain't gonna work for me. It's scary, but you know what else is scary? Being 50 years old and realizing you lived a life you hated. Being 60 and realizing the man that you married was never the man that you should have been with. Being in a marriage that does not serve you. Being in a career that gives you anxiety. Okay, living in the city that you don't like. Having friends that don't align with you. So honestly, to all my 30-somethings who are going through divorce, taking a career change, taking a gap year, taking a pay cut, leaving that man that you ain't supposed to be with in the first place, keeping your walk with Christ but decentering. I don't know who this word is for. Hold on. I really got on here to kiki and just kind of chit chat, but I really do feel like in my spirit this is for somebody very specific, because you are beating yourself up as I speak because you have literally walked away from everything. I don't know who it is for. I think you're a CEO or you're somebody, you were executive, and you walked away from everything and you feel like I done jacked it, and you're about 35, 36. Let me tell you, hear me as I hear the Lord. Baby, you did the right thing. You did the right thing. And sometimes the right thing don't feel right, but it is the right thing. And I, am in my early 30s, and I feel you. I feel you. I literally packed up and left and crossed the country. I literally jumped. I can't do this no more. And I left. I did. Clear across the country. And I've done it a couple of times. Because it's about alignment. And at first, it looked like you're unstable. You're not unstable. You're doing what most people don't have the courage to do. And that is actually position yourself to be aligned. Going back to school and getting another master's or a PhD, or, taking that gap year or moving across the country. Baby, let me tell you, that's what makes your 30s great. You align. It ain't because you got it all together, baby. I just figured out what a higher yield savings account was a year ago. I just actually started understanding, okay, that in RRAs and investments, like, I'm a little tardy to the party, but I'm here. So anyway, that starts with Amber today. My thought is, you are not behind. You are just on time. That's a word for me too. Because, girl, I feel like I'm unraveling. And it's okay because you are. Because in order to get aligned, you got to get all the stuff out. You got to get the bad friends out. You got to get the bad jobs out. You got to get the clutter so you can say, this ain't it. This ain't it. If this resonates with you, if you're not on a journey to heal from obesity and metabolic recovery, maybe Be Made Whole is not for you, but maybe Thoughts with Amber's is. Please subscribe to my channel. I will be dropping more gems like this. I really was trying to wait till I was at the house sitting down with my tea. I said, baby, I gotta drop this now. Sometimes you just gotta drop it. Don't wait till the battle's out. Not the fire marshal. Where he going at this time of day? Don't wait till the battle's over. Shout out now. All right, y'all. To my 30-somethings, baby, we are okay. And I just want to say this too. I'm so tired of the what to do before you're 30 content, or everything I regret in my 20s. Let me tell you something. 20s is like elementary years. I heard Grow with Joe. Y'all know Grow with Joe, the walking girly. She said, and I quote, I think her therapist said this to her, your 20s is like elementary and your 30s are like middle school. I felt that. Like, we are in the middle school version of adulting. And if you remember anything about middle school, it's hormones and unraveling. So we are trying to navigate a new segment of our life, and that's alignment. And so to me, and all the 30-somethings that are unraveling so they can be aligned, good for us. Because when we're 42, 40, 45, 48, we're not going to have regrets. We're going to be like, I'm so glad I pivoted. It was scary. I cried, and I almost didn't make it. but I'm so glad I didn't stay in the place that didn't serve me. I pray that you were blessed and that this helped you. For more thoughts of like this or gems like this, please subscribe to my channel. Girl, we have a lot to kiki about. If you're not on a weight loss journey, if you're not trying to deal with eating disorders and disorder eating and things like that, but you're curious to hear more of my thoughts, subscribe. Bye. Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna press stop at the stoplight because safe driving is muy importante, okay? You can't just be out here destructive driving. That would never be my testimony. Whoo, I rebuke that from my life in Jesus' name.